package movers extraordinaire who don't rely on your feet, like in Death Stranding. Here we are, Dano84, American Truck Simulator. You know the deal. Shortest intro video I could ever do is always for these games. Let's get into it. Especially when you're in video like 16, 17, whatever this is. So, I don't have Utah yet. Plan on getting Utah soon, very soon. I would say probably by the time I have the next video, I'm gonna have Utah for the game, because I want to play Utah. You may notice, we'll come back to this screen real quick. You may notice I'm wearing a sweet hat that says Ghosts from the old Birdcage Theater in, is the Birdcage? Yeah, I believe it's the Birdcage. In old Tombstone, Arizona. Went there over last weekend to check out Tombstone. I've never been there. Dusty area there, that's old Tombstone with all the fights. Oh, something else I got. I'll get that going. But yeah, we went there to check out some of the old Wild West and some of that fanfare. And also, I have a sweet pipe now. No, I don't smoke any non-tobacco substances, if you're wondering. But I thought this was very cool. Imagine trying to play stream with this, or play the game with this. I need to get that wheel hooked up. I also think very shortly I'll be hooking up the wheel as far as ATS news goes, or ETS2. I plan on hooking up my wheel soon. I think I got the project ready, ready to fund to get going. So I'm just gonna build a little stand. Like I said, I hope to have it, I guess right here would be perfect. Well, yeah, right here would be perfect because you guys could actually watch me sideways and I can still watch the screen. So hopefully we'll do that soon. But we went to Tombstone, as I digress, and checked out the old West. How the West was fun. It wasn't bad. I liked it down there. It was my first, I lived in Arizona my whole life, never been down there. So it was nice. It was a little bit of a long drive, like a lot of things in Arizona. But I enjoyed getting down there and checking out the old West. We watched a little show, and then later that evening, we did check out the nighttime. Jeez, he interrupted me. We did check out the nighttime ghost hunting experience at the Birdcage itself. As you may or may not know by this channel yet, I do like to do ghost stuff sometimes. So I have not gone through any of what we got. Some pictures were taken that were a little weird. Not sure. Oh, I can't go that way. Oh, I gotta go over here. Not sure what was going on in one particular picture that was taken in dark right behind my head. So that one I will have to look into further. And I have audio from the Birdcage. So what you pay for on the ghost tour, if you're wondering, is you pay to go in, obviously, and you take a tour of the Birdcage Theater. Now, we skipped the daytime tour because I was like, well, if we're gonna do the nighttime tour, we'll see it all then instead of seeing it during the day. They do daytime tours, or nighttime tours. They have an 8 p.m., which is, I believe, for family. Like you can take kids there if you want. And then they do have a later one, or maybe it's a 6 p.m. And then they do have an 8 p.m. and on that they try to schedule for adults only, where you wouldn't have your kids since it's after dark and later in the evening. So we went to that one so we could enjoy the ghost hunt at night and see if we could find anything. It's a weird place. The Birdcage has a weird vibe to it. I typically don't feel much of anything. I don't really sense anything. I wouldn't consider myself to be sensitive. I want to see stuff. I would love to. But I just don't. I think the nearest one that we had was when we were in the Jerome Grand. I did have something kind of weird happen that time. But that's been the closest as far as feelings go for me. Girlfriend a little bit more sensitive to that kind of stuff. She's seen stuff like that. Not her whole life, like she sees it every day, but she's been around that stuff and experienced it a little more as far as some of the jobs she's worked and stuff like that. The video from Jerome is on my channel under Dano84 Random Projects if you're curious. There is one pretty interesting audio clip. I actually played the best first, so the rest of it after that is kind of ho-hum and don't know what this is. But I did play the best audio clip first. We had a weird voice in the elevator. Me and the girlfriend were about to go downstairs in the Jerome. We stayed in the Jerome Grand, and there was like a yeah behind us that it wasn't our voices, and we don't know what it was. There were some other weird things I caught on the audio, but not sure what they were. But overall, it was a fun trip in Jerome. But this trip to Tombstone, I haven't gone through the evidence yet. First time I had my GoPro, I actually had it hooked to my chest so we could record the whole tour. I had a handheld cam, Sony cam, which isn't the best. The thing's old. It's from I'd say mid to early 2000s. But I had that going with the night vision and non-night vision when we didn't need it, and then had my audio recorder going. I amateur houred my audio recording, didn't turn it on until we did the lights out, which works and doesn't work. The batteries got low by the time lights out was over, and they'd been in there for a while, so if I would have had it on the whole 45-minute tour, plus the half-hour lights out, I don't know if it would have lasted, so blessing and a curse. But I did feel like I got my hand bumped in during the tour before my recorder was on as far as my audio recording. I don't know if it picked up on my GoPro. Now that I'm saying that, I didn't even think about that at first. So I'll have to check that out. But basically, like I said, I have not checked out any of the evidence. How long is this drive? It's a long drive. I kind of want to... It's Tuesday and expected Thursday at 7 p.m. Yeah. I kind of want to stay near Utah, if I'm being honest. So I kind of want to get something that's going to take us to Utah. So let's just back out of energy here, charged. So I have to review my evidence and see if we actually caught anything. As with any ghost paranormal videos, if any of you watch any of those stuff, hard to always know what's true and what's not. For me, I'm not trying to make a YouTube paranormal channel, so my video is very just to the point. This is what happened, this is what didn't happen. Like, it is what it is. I have no idea what it is what it is. I've seen some good convincing stuff on YouTube, and there's some stuff that I believe is real too, but there's definitely a lot of fakes or people trying to capitalize on what they could do. So be careful when you're watching paranormal stuff. But I gotta go through my stuff and see if I found anything or heard anything. Do you have something? Yeah, that one will work. Let's take it. It's a short trip. It's paint. I would like this one because it's more money. I mean, they're both, this one's a little quicker than this one, but I mean, 26, well, yeah, I'm at 136. I'm doing all right for money. Let's go to Nevada. That'll keep us on our Utah plan. So we'll see what we found, if anything. And if I did, I will post a video to my YouTube, again, under the playlist Dano84's Random Projects. That would be, of course, stuff from when I was a vocalist in a band, random ads, spoof ads, I'll call them, that I made, and obviously going on a haunted hotel trip. Fit all into that random designator. Anything that isn't the main content, which right now is gaming videos, is going to fit under that designator. So, alas, if there is something, you'll see it go up. Usually those videos, as of my schedule right now, I try to post on Fridays, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is dedicated to all gaming. As you can tell, if you're watching this channel and you watch and you subscribe, which if you do, big ups to you. If you subscribe, then yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is all gaming videos, and Saturdays, of course, gaming video. Which right now, Saturdays is almost exclusively your home of truck content. I'm filming this week's video as we speak on Wednesday that will go live on Saturday, because planning. For a while there, I mean, the nice thing is, for a while there, I had kind of a grip of videos that was like, and I still do. I'm running smaller. I'm running smaller for having backlog that I can post, and it's just because the job I had recently took up a lot of time, so I lost a lot of record time there. So I've been running through all the videos I had. Just kind of nudge that stop sign, you know, every once in a while you gotta do that. So I ran through a lot of the videos I had just this week, finishing up Spider-Man playthrough. I think it's video 23 yesterday that posted. Not yesterday. For you guys, it'll be Tuesday. But Tuesday, Spider-Man 23. Took me that many videos to get through that game, and that was cutting out some of the filler content, but that is start to finish 23 videos from the start of the game to the end of the game. That actually completes Spider-Man, but I kind of want to do the DLC, so I don't know if I'm going to start that this week or just start a new series in that slot, because Tuesdays have been Spider-Man for a long time now. So I'm thinking I'll throw either a new video or I'll do some DLC. Wednesdays currently, let's see, right now we have Man of Medan, I believe is my Wednesdays video as I'm working through that. I believe that just finished out the theatrical cut, starting into the curator cut uploads next week, or yeah, next week, that's fair to say. That's an accurate time statement for you guys. And then Detroit Become Human is the Thursday video, which I need to figure out what's going to come after that as well. So yeah, so that's the lineup. Some changes coming. I might try my hand back at streaming, so you might see some different style videos coming to the channel. I mean, I'm gonna try to keep them the same, but obviously content-wise, you might get a little bit of banter or a little bit of me talking to people as I play through stream. Yeah, I might try back into that. I don't know though, but we'll see. I'm thinking about it. It just seems like a little dry on that end. But then again, with the way YouTube's looking, who knows what's gonna happen after January 2020. My videos not monetized, although I do try to keep them for everyone. I actually just had to change my channel this week, or I made an effort to change my channel this week to not for kids, because I don't want to get thrown into that designator of for kids. Not for ad money or anything like that, but just because I literally have no reason to be classified as a kid's video. I don't care if I'm playing video games all day. The fact that I am an adult and I cuss sometimes and vape means I shouldn't be classified as for kids. In the cruel world of for kids or not for kids, I shouldn't be classified as for kids. That's just my personal responsibility, folks. So I don't know how much the COPA changes in January will affect my channel much or what I do. However, it is freaking a lot of people out due to monetization and money and things like that. If you have a streamer, or not a streamer, well, I guess it could be a streamer. If you got a YouTuber you like, keep an eye on their channel, help them out, support them. Forgot totally say at the beginning of the video, but I am sporting my sweet all-time gaming t-shirt for the fellers over at the ATG, All-Time Gaming. I've been a long-time fan of their channel. Picked up their shirt a while ago. Check them out if you haven't. They're from Brit. They're from Brit. Sounds horrible. They're from England. They're from across the pond from me. But I love their content. They usually do top 6 lists. That was kind of their thing when I first got into them, was the top 6. But they have other styles of videos these days. And they've started streaming on YouTube. Pretty regularly on YouTube they stream now. A lot of times they're playing the newest game coming out. They just did a stream the other day for Shenmue 3. That sweet game that it is. I I know they did Jedi. I believe they did Jedi Fallen Order when it came out. I believe they did Blair Witch when it came out. They did Breakpoint, or tried to, for lack of Breakpoint working. But yeah, basically, All Time Gaming. Check them out if you like them. Go support their channel. Give them a follow or a subscribe or whatever you do. Not sponsored. This video is not sponsored by All Time Gaming. I have a feeling going into January 2020, there's going to be a lot of videos where people are going to be either sponsored or they're going to have to state not sponsored. It's going to be weird. Oh, as soon as I got up to 75, it dropped it. I need to be over anyways. I believe I need to be over. Yeah, 60 to come in. Okay, yeah. Oh, we're on the 60? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. That's my Green Day for you. Yeah. I don't know. The whole thing with the... Oh yeah, I know this route. I've driven this highway plenty of times. Doesn't look exactly like that, but pretty close. Did they get the underpass? No. But this looks good enough. The new changes, I don't get it. Like and there's ways you can write the FTC if you're interested in the Federal Trade Commission. They're the ones who are cracking down on YouTube. Basically, if you don't know about it, YouTube had to pay a bunch of fines because they were using targeted ads against kids. Good job, Google/YouTube. So basically, they got in trouble with the FTC. They had to pay a huge fine, something like 170 mil. Pocket change, right? And so to somehow make it better for kids, or to make sure that doesn't happen again, they are starting all these new rules with YouTube as far as not being able to target ads towards kids, which makes sense. I don't know, there's parts of this that make total sense. Like, they shouldn't be collecting data on kids or YouTube Kids or whatever they did. They shouldn't be collecting data on kids. I don't know how, other than the YouTube Kids platform, they're gonna say they're not collecting data on kids, but whatever. The thing about it is that there's other parts of it that are garbage. So the fact of the way it works right now, as I understand it, I may be wrong, I may not be, but as I understand it, is you can set your videos to not kid friendly. For instance, like I said, I specifically set my channel to no, I don't post stuff for kids, because as I said just a few minutes ago, I smoke, well, I vape, I should say. Same difference to some people, but tobacco is tobacco, or nicotine is nicotine, I'll say. So I vape, not advocate for it. If you haven't started, don't do it. Fair enough. But that, and I cuss when I play games sometimes. Every once in a while, you get mad, you're frustrated, you drop an F-bomb, you drop an S-bomb, you drop a D-bomb. D-bomb, damn, D-bomb. But for that reason, I wouldn't consider my channel for kids. I literally have no stake in the game as far as ad revenue. I have no monetization going on because I'm not that big yet. I literally have no dog in that fight. However, future-proofing, I'm just gonna say I don't make content for kids. Gaming is not directed at kids and for kids. Gaming can be used by kids, but I don't think to inherently class all gaming as for kids is safe. So basically, and the reason why I bring that up is, so basically, I have my channel set for not for kids. There's an option, YouTube gives you the option to say you generally don't produce content that would be for kids. which is what I picked because I don't. Apparently, part of the stipulation is that YouTube can designate if your video is directed for kids, which I don't see how that's fair at all, because basically if they say it's for kids, then that could get you or me as a creator in trouble because they're saying it's for kids, which they're going to use machine learning, because we all know how well Google machine learning works. They're going to use machine learning to dictate your video. Nope, 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 nope. Don't like it. If I set my content for not for kids, not suitable for kids, there shouldn't be some gross error on the computer's part on YouTube's end to say that it's for kids. If I say it's not for kids, it's not for kids. And I don't know why. Well, I know why. Everybody can figure out why. YouTube wants as much money as they can get. It's Google, it's YouTube. They want as much ad money. So the reason why your creators that you enjoy may be in a stir, if they haven't talked about it, then that's weird, because they should be paying attention. Is because creators who set their kids to videos to not for kids, I think it's not for kids or it's for kids. If you set it for kids, I think it actually reduces the amount of ad revenue you get. I think it's by like 85 or 90%, some of them are saying, because they can't run targeted ads. And YouTube, of course, wants to run targeted ads because that's where the advertisers think they're going to get the most appeal to their ads. So by YouTube switching your video, effectively, they can take the income that your channel would receive, because you wouldn't get the ads that you normally would because you're for kids and you don't get targeted ads. It's a very convoluted mess that doesn't make any sense. If someone says their channel or their videos are not for kids, there shouldn't be a middle person or a middle computer that can just change your designation. Because in a court of law, and I'm no lawyer, so don't take my advice, this is just us talking. This is Dano84 and you, whoever's watching, just having a little BS session as we usually do. But in a court of law, I don't see how it would hold up that if I designated it not for kids, which I've seen some Twitter screenshots, you can designate it not for kids, and then if YouTube changes it, it says changed by YouTube. I don't see how I would be held responsible, considering, and that's part of why it's so gray too, is that even if YouTube changes it, they're saying I could still be held responsible, but I don't see how that's fair that I designated it not for kids. Oh, I'm passing on a double line over a cop. This'll go well. Maybe he won't notice. He did notice. I'll pay $500 to make my trip faster. I don't see how it's fair to anybody that YouTube, if they change it, you can still be fined for basically YouTube's computer mistake. Like, that just doesn't seem right at all. Like, nope, 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 nope. Like, I had no say in that process other than my say that I said, like, hey, this isn't for kids, and you changed it. That's on you, YouTube. That's not on me. And I think the FTC is trying to take the approach that as a content creator, you should always be mindful of your audience. But that's the thing, is that there are other content creators in other spheres of the internet that produce content that is definitely not for kids, that kids easily have access to. And the way I said that, hopefully everybody catches the drift of which channels or which things I might be talking about. So I don't see how them trying to crack down on YouTube videos is really going to save the world, so to say, if that's what their mission or goal is. My takeaway, if you have a channel you like, I mean, I think everybody has something on YouTube they like, whether it's the ease of access of channels or it's specific creators, whatever your deal is. Um, go check into it. Check into the COPA thing and check into the FTC's page where you can actually submit your thoughts or opinions on it right now. They're taking feedback so they can make adjustments if needed. So you can go submit that for a limited time. I think it's November, what is it, the 20th. I think it's till December they're taking feedback. I don't know. It's cool if they're willing to listen, and if they actually think about some of the changes that people suggest, then that would be good too. I'm right in the middle of, some of the creators kind of sound entitled. Like, your job is to sit at home and make videos. Now, granted, I'm doing the same thing right now. I don't make money doing it, but I'm doing the same thing right now, right? I'm making videos, I'm putting them on my channel, but I don't make a living off of it. Regular job. That's been my thing the whole time. It sounds entitled that they could be so upset that they have to follow some rules to making their money, but you gotta have rules. I agree with the fact that kids shouldn't be getting their information stolen, or they shouldn't be getting targeted ads just because they're kids. Like, advertisers are too thirsty. Like, nobody watches ads anyways. Like, everybody tries to run ad blockers and everything else. Traditional advertising, not like it used to be. But the thing about it is that, yeah, sometimes you should watch your content a little bit. There has been some garbage in the last years between YouTube and streaming. There has been some stuff that, yeah, maybe, and this is where I'm gonna sound old-fashioned. Someone will call me a boomer if there was enough people watching this video. There is some stuff that's come out that's like, really? That's stuff you want kids seeing? Like, that's stuff that, and the kids idolize some of these people. Like, that stuff is a little, there's some stuff that could be curbed a little bit. As far as its reach. I'm not saying people can't be people. I'm not saying people can't be creative. What I am saying is some of the reach of some of these people, or these creators or influencers is the big one. Some of the reach of these people, they don't realize the bigger scheme of what they're doing. And I think that could be controlled a little better when it comes to younger audiences. Because your younger audiences are getting to see some of the scum of the middle, and it's not to their detriment at all. Especially when their behavior becomes worse because of what they see in a video or do in a video. But that's just me probably being older and just talking from an older position. I don't even have kids, but that's just my thoughts on it. Because if I ever had kids, I'd be like, oh yeah, you ain't watching that dude. I don't care what kind of car he's driving around and what kind of pranks he's doing, you ain't watching him. And that's just me, personally, my personal opinion. But if you have an opinion, and like I said, it's November 20th today. This video, let's see, it's Wednesday. It'll go up in a couple days. So if they're still taking suggestions on it, and you want to have your opinion stated or heard, then go to the FTC page. You can find it pretty much everywhere these days. There's so many articles talking about it. It's COPA, C-O-P-P-A. So you can probably just search COPA YouTube or anything like that, whether it be on Google, ironically, or Twitter. You can find plenty of people on Twitter talking about it. Any of your creators, if you watch them and they've mentioned it, they probably have a link in their video talking about how to do it. Some of the news channels on YouTube, or some of the people who cover news, they've got links in their videos to that forum as well. As well as they put out enough informative videos talking about the issue so you can kind of know what's going on with it a little bit better than what I was able to summarize. But yeah. The good news is, for me, I've saved all my videos. I still have all my videos. So, if the great apocalypse of 2020 happens in January, and my channel goes bye-bye, sad day, but we ain't over 200 yet, so we're all right. Sad day, but I have all my videos, and all YouTube needs, and this is where the glass house, I think, is going to start showing some cracks. all YouTube needs is a suitable competitor in the space, and to do some business things a little bit differently than YouTube, and I think they would get quite a bit of creators moving over to their channel. I mean, YouTube's already hard enough on a lot of people trying to make money, trying to have their videos not demonetized. Between the channel thieves, there's been a lot of channel thieving going on. There's been a lot of demonetization through false claims, things like that. I think that if YouTube had a suitable rival in the market space for video content posting, they would be in trouble. Linus from Linus Tech Tips needs to put out his float plane, make it a little more. I think if it was free, because I think float plane, now don't quote me on this either, I haven't looked into it in a while. I think float plane, you got to pay for a monthly subscription, if I'm not mistaken, or it's free, but then you got to pay for the channels you follow. I'm not sure how it works. Don't quote me on it. It's Linus from Tech Tips. It's his. It's basically a YouTube rival. I think that they've been slow to roll it out publicly. Whether that's intentional or not, I think it's possibly just to allow time to work bugs out and stuff. Possibly, I think that would be my thought. It's been, I think, well over a year it's been up. I think that's why they're not huge, or why it's not like a big thing right now. Because like I said, I think it's to roll the bugs out and get all those ironed out. But I would think that would be a suitable possible competitor for YouTube if it was everything it says it's supposed to be. And I think that's what YouTube needs. When they first started talking about it, I think they mentioned it was a platform for creators. Like, they were setting it up to be for creators and for people that, you know, just want to not deal with the YouTube hassle. And I think that if they're successful and it works like it should, or like people come to expect YouTube to work, I think they could hit the gate running. They've been working at it for a while, so maybe this will be the push too to see some changes in the market for YouTube. Right now, I know they've got a few tech channels on there. I know they've got Bitwit. I think they've got Science Studio on there. They've got Tech Deals, I believe, on there. Of course, Linus Videos goes up on there. I think what they do is those guys I mentioned, I think they all post their videos like premiering on Floatplay, and then later they come to YouTube. So you're getting the delay of content if you're on YouTube watching it. So I think, you know, if that's what they're doing is just ironing out bugs to make it a really bombastic release when they do release it, I think that'd be good. Because unlike Google's other failed launch this week, Stadia, which I was right, you can check the last video or the video before, I said Stadia was gonna flop. If you look at things like that where they don't handle a launch properly or do it the way they should, so if that's what they're doing, I applaud them heavily to make sure that it's ironed out before you just release it to the public. And I'd like to see YouTube get some competition. And if that ever happens, I could easily see myself moving over to Floatplane or something like that to support. Just like my streaming. I stream on Mixer, which, like I said, if I start streaming again, it'll be through Mixer. I stream on Mixer because I like a smaller platform. I want to be able to support smaller platforms, people that want to grow. Where am I gonna pull this thing? Oh, eesh. And if Floatplane's gonna be the new YouTube, which I think it could be, like, I would support it. And if I could get a channel on there, I totally would. Because Google is just too big for itself. Google is getting to be too evil in the size that it is. I know it's kind of hypocritical since you're probably watching this obviously on YouTube. but they are everywhere. And there's a thing is too much power, too much control, too much, you know, in your life. I mean, I don't know if people just don't realize it or they're willing to sacrifice personal freedom or personal privacy for something as easy as having a phone that you can say, do this, but it's not worth it. Not worth giving up your privacy for some of the advantages we have these days. Anyways, quick trip. As like I said, I've been trying to do. I'm hoping to get Utah by the next video, and we'll take a spin over to Utah. We just did a Phoenix to Vegas, 344 miles, not very long. Like I said, shorter videos these days, last few days. I hope to get the wheel up and I'll do some long videos maybe, just to see what that's like. But for now, we are still at a level 22, still a professional, still making money with Foxy Brown in the background. She's a bad mama jamma. Still making money on there. But anyways, we've been watching American Truck Simulator. You know, the videos where I basically just sit and talk the whole time we drive. It's like a chat show by myself. Like I said, if I start streaming, you can check me out on Mixer. I usually have my link at the end of the video on the end card there. If I start streaming there, like I said, hopefully maybe I'll start being able to do that soon and get back into that. And then some of the videos might change as well. Until then, thanks for watching. If you like, comment, subscribe. You can check out anything that I mentioned, or you can just comment and I will comment back because I try to do my best to do that. So we will see you next time, and I don't have a clever outro saying, so there's the screen. I think I stopped the music for that. Oh, and it's not playing again. Holy mother of what did I just do? Alright, we're gonna have to take 3 of this. Because I tried playing music while I was opening the game. Don't ever try playing music.